Now that we have some background on City Shopping Center and their objectives, let's look at some Facebook campaigns that really fulfilled on the objectives we discussed. For a recap, those objectives were drive shoppers on premise, increase value of email subscribers, drive traffic to the shopping center website, and increase social presence. Foot traffic is the lifeblood of brick and mortar retail of any scale. In a shopping center environment, simply getting people on premise often leads to transactions. It's no secret that physical stores have lost sales to online retailers. For many consumers, Amazon, Wish, and Rakuten are the shopping malls of today. That said, while e-commerce touts deals and convenience, brick and mortar can offer immediacy and experience. Let's take a look at an example of how Gale was able to drive shoppers on premise with some help from Facebook advertising, leveraging an experience that e-commerce just can't compete with. As I mentioned earlier, Gale excels at coordinating guest appearances and entertainment on premise. In this example, she's contracted a popular 80s and 90s icon to make an appearance. One of the great things about these appearances is that they're not shopping related at their core, and so they shift the attraction of visiting the center. If Gale simply promoted sales at City Shopping Center, she's entering into a pricing competition with other area retailers and e-commerce. Yes, this will be enough to get some shoppers through the door, but it does little to attract a new audience. With an event such as this, the value proposition is different. It's more like, hey, come meet this person, relive your past. This appeal extends well beyond the bounds of what consumers traditionally associate with shopping centers, which is product fulfillment. With a fraction of her $10,000 budget, Gale invests in a Facebook newsfeed post supporting the event. The tactic we've selected is Facebook's engagement feature, which will support a few of her measurement plan objectives at the same time. Overall, we're looking to increase sales for the property by driving shoppers on premise. The engagement tactic doesn't simply deliver information to the prospective attendees or drive attendees to information, it creates a buzz around the event. Going viral, as it was once called in the late aughts. It's not a term that we focus on as much these days, but it's still a grail for marketers. The creative for this campaign is a combined effort of Gale's in-house designers and the production agency handling the appearance. The creative must adhere to branding standards as to not infringe on licensing agreements, so we're handcuffed with what we get. While not the most beautiful or compelling artwork, the messaging along with the targeting do the trick. Let's talk about the targeting for a moment. Gale defined targeting for this in part based on the findings of that shopper intercept study mentioned earlier. Data coming from the shopper survey found that the majority came from within 10 miles of the property. And there was a second audience that came from up to 15 miles out. Given the granular targeting capabilities of Facebook and the potential draw for this event, we've decided to push the targeting radius to include much of the Atlanta DMA area at 25 miles. With no additional targeting applied, this would mean a potential audience of millions of people. Since this is primarily a family event, we are sure to include all applicable family targeting. This is best achieved by applying demographic targeting of parents and the applicable age ranges of their children. Parents of preschoolers, parents of school-aged kids, parents of preteens, etc. The event will also be of interest to older fans of the shows, movies, and comic books, as well as other series. So we'll add those in as interest groups as well. With our vast radius, the audience is still rather large. To further target, we've narrowed using an and statement. So now we're not just targeting parents, but parents and interests in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not just comic book readers, but comic book readers with an interest in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. This logic narrows our audience to ensure we're not just promoting to the ether, where the uninterested viewers are going to flag or ignore our ads. Let's look at the key metrics and results. You can see we reached a good portion of our narrowed audience at slightly 2 times per with our paid efforts. The Facebook algorithm optimizing for engagements not only presented ads to a user base with a predisposition to engage, but also in a format that encouraged them to engage. I want to call out the comments and shares seen here specifically. In my experience, these are 2 metrics that can serve as a barometer for event attendance. If we read through the comments, we can see that people are tagging friends and family. They're also engaging the shopping center, asking questions. Shares of the post are ending up in the viewers' news feeds and generating additional impressions of their own. Overall, the awareness, engagement, and anticipation around the event culminate in what Gail would consider a great success. 600 attendees for the live event. Now let's think back to that spend per visit number that Gail's Shopper Intercept study revealed and use it to roughly calculate return on investment for this event. If Gail's average visit value is $85, the total from 600 visitors is $51,000. Now it's unfair to assume that everyone spent that amount, as about half the attendees were children. So let's adjust for that and calculate at 300. The estimated total spend would be $25,500. Now Gail spent $400 on this Facebook post and $1,600 on print and local radio. She's also paid $2,500 for the appearance and stage rental. Her costs for the event were a total of $4,500. If we subtract that from the gross shopper retail, we end up with $21,000 in shopping center revenue attributed to this event. Combined with the figures around social engagement, Gail can present a great report showing how this event delivered on two of her objectives.